Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students, and I do hope that you will be fine at your home and safe and sound. Alhamdulillah, inshallah. Today we are going to see the most important topic as far as our MA class is concerned, and especially as far as poetry paper is concerned. Today we are going to discuss the poet Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope, as you know, that is a very important figure in the field of English poetry, and especially in the classical poetry. He was among those the poets who had written mock epic poetry for the sake to amuse and to bring up the satire and the follies and the shortcomings and irony and etc. To the public in a very humorous way. As far as we see that the Rape of the Lock is concerned, which is one of the very most beautiful poems among his poetry, Alexander Pope had tried to point out those elements who caused for the trivial quarrel between the two aristocratic families, between obviously two aristocratic families as well. It was basically known in the very important poem as far as examinations point of view, and stanza is one stanza is mostly given from this poem as well. This poem is based approximately, not approximately, exactly, into the 5 cantos, and the 5 cantos, but it had been written in approximately 1712 by the poet on the request of one of the great friend, John Coryell, who was known to obviously the friend of the two both aristocratic families as well, who quarreled with each other due to some misfortune, adventure. That is why he requested Pope to write down the poem which may cause for the reconciliation of the both families and to remove the shortcomings and as well as the angriness among them or between them especially. The cause between was that basically that the Lord Peter, who belonged to a very aristocratic family, once upon a time he cut off the lock of Miss Arabella Farmer, who belonged to also a very aristocratic family, and obviously, as we know that in the classical period, dances and the balls had been arranged with the passage of time, and the cause of that balls were dedicated to attract each other, to express their love with each other, to spend time with each other, and as well as to, on some extent, to dominate or predominate each other in one way or in another way. Anyhow, whatsoever the reason was that Don Peter, it's said that once upon a time he had offered his true love, his love to Miss Arabella Farmer, who rejected his love. And in consequence he became very angry, and to take the revenge of his rejected love, of his rejected love, he cut off the one of the lock of Miss Arabella Farmer. That became the cause of their quarrel. Obviously, when she came to know about the cut of her lock, as he had seen that, and she became angry, and this became the breakage of the relationship between the two families. On this consequence, John Coryell, who had been a very well-wisher of the both families, and as well as he was known as one of the very good friend of the Alexander Pope, he requested to Pope to write down the poem that may cause for the happiness of the family and as well as the reconciliation of the family, obviously as well. The Pope accepted this job happily, and within a short time, approximately within 2 weeks during the duration, he had written 2 cantos. Although the lines were good and appreciated, but before public the poem, Pope thought it better to get permission of the Miss Arabella farmer and as well as the Lord Peter. But first of all, they must have give the view. If both of them will approve that, then he will publish for the law. Why? Because at that time that was in shape of manuscripts as well. Well, obviously, when Arabella farmer and as Lord Peter both on their own places saw that poem, they read that poem, obviously they appreciated it, and obviously the poem became the cause of for the reconciliation of the families as well, and obviously the Pope became happy. But one thing was very trivial for as far as the Pope was concerned. Why? Because although he had achieved his task, obviously he succeeded in his task, in his work, but still somewhere he was feeling something strange in himself. Why? Because since his very childhood, he wanted to write a mock epic poem. Why? Because mock epic element was a very trivial thing uh, for the others, but it was very interesting for as far as the Pope was concerned, and that is why he made an addition in the very original, obviously in the original canto, and revised the poem with the addition of the three more further cantos as well. Why? Because in that poem he made approximately three major additions. Number one, he obviously approximately he introduced supernatural machinery, the use of the slaves from the aerial machinery as well. Then he introduced the game of ombre, because before that, when the poem had been written, he had written the poem that was very serious. He just pointed out the reasons, and in that poem he just advised them sorry, he just advised him that why, as the task was very trivial, very non-serious, so why should the families be very serious to take this matter very seriously. Sorry, sis. So they should ignore that, and that was why that became obviously as he considered it, obviously, so they approved his point as well. From here we takes inshallah, we will discuss all the cantos individually, canto number 1 and canto number 2, canto 3 and canto 4, and the finalize obviously canto number 5. Then the use of the place of the slaves, the natural machinery, and as well as the game of umber, we will discuss in detail. I too hope up till now whatsoever we have discussed as far as the rape of the law is concerned, you must have considered understood this, and then I do hope all the concepts as far as the poem is concerned must have become very clear. But still, if you have any question, any queries, that will be welcome, and definitely your remarks, your feedback, that will play a very important role as far as our topics, today's topics is concerned. From here, inshallah, we'll see, discuss catch number 1 in tomorrow, and then we see how the Pope had made it very interesting for the reconciliation of the families. Up till now, thank you very much. Allah Hafiz and take care. Allah Hafiz.